Hello, General Mathematics students. This particular video is the continuation of our discussion on the simple and compound interest. In the previous video, we were illustrating the concept of simple and compound interest using this example. Mr. Cruz is planning to invest his 10,000 pesos. Two banks offer him a 3% interest rate. Bank A offers a 3% simple interest payable for 3 years, while Bank B offers a 3% interest compounded annually payable for 5 years. Find which of the two banks offer him a good deal. So in the previous video, I have explained to you the simple interest using this particular table, and I also explain how to compute for the simple interest using this formula. Now let's take a look at the compound interest, okay, for Bank B. In the first column, we have time t. Second column, principal, denoted by capital letter P. Third, the interest, denoted by capital letter I, subscript C, and the maturity value. For the first year, T is 1, the principal is 10,000. The interest is computed as the principal times the interest rate 0.03 times time. So the interest is 300. The maturity value is the sum of the principal plus the interest. So it's 10,300. For the second year, principal is 10,300. Again, the difference between simple interest and compound interest is that in the compound interest, the income from the previous year is added to the principal in the computation of the interest for the succeeding years. So, ito yung interest niya for first year. Para makuha natin yung interest for second year, idadagdag natin yan sa principal. So, sa compound interest, yung kita, kumikita din. Unlike sa simple interest, yung kinita niya, hindi kasama sa computation. So, ibig sabihin, yung sa simple interest, yung kinita niya, hindi na kumikita. Okay. So, for the second year, interest is 10,000 times 0.03 times 1 plus this one, 10,300 times 0.03 times 1. So, the interest for the second year is 609. Maturity value is 10,609. For the third year, the principal is 10,609. Okay, interest is this. Ito lang yan. For the first year plus interest for the second year plus this, the interest for the third year. We combine this. So the interest for the third year is 927.27. Maturity value is 10,927.27. For the fourth year, the principal is 10,927.27. Okay, so interest We just add interest for first year plus interest for second year plus the interest for third year plus ito na, interest for 4 years. We add. So the interest for the fourth year is 1,255.09. Maturity value is 11,255.09. And for the fifth year, principal is 11,255.09. Computation or solution for interest. So the interest for the fifth year is 592.74. So maturity value is 11,592.74. Okay, formula for computing the compound interest. We have A for the maturity value is P times the quantity 1 plus R over N raised to N times T. So, yung N dito, ito yung kung ilang beses siya nag-compound sa isang taon. Kung halimbawa, semi-annually, so ito ay 2. Kung quarterly, ito ay 4. Kung annually, ito ay 1. So, magiging R over 1 yan. So, magiging R na lang. Okay. Where A is maturity value or amount, P is principal amount, R is rate, and number of times interest is compounded per year, and T is time in years. So let's go back to example number 1. In example number 1, we're given P is 10,000, rate is 3%, which equivalent to 0.03 in decimal. Time is 5 years. Number of times compounded per year, and so annually or 1. So for our solution, we plug in the value of P, which is 10,000 times the quantity 1 plus our rate is 0.03, or N, since it is annually, so it's 1. Then we have time is 5. So this, if you look at the formula, that's N times T. But our N is 1, so 1 times 5 is just 5. So equals 10,000 times, we simplify this one first. 0.03 divided by 1 is 0.03 plus 1, so 1.03. This symbol is another symbol for exponent. Okay, so the exponent is 5. Now we simplify this. That is 1.159274074. Now, as much as possible, we do not want to round off in this part of the solution. We will only round off at the final answer. So you multiply this to 10,000. So the maturity value after 5 years is 11,592. Okay. Now let's compare the simple interest and compound interest using the table. So as you can see, this one is for simple interest. You have the same principal, 10,000, same rate, 3%, same time, 5 years. It's also 5 years. So you will notice a small difference between the maturity value of the simple interest and the maturity value of the compound interest. So makikita ninyo, medyo mas malaki ng kaunti yung maturity value ng compound interest. Okay, now let's use this GeoGebra to illustrate further the concept of simple and compound interest. Now, as you can see, I am using the GeoGebra application to compare the simple interest in compound interest. Let's consider the principal to be 10,000 for both the compound interest and the simple interest. In this figure, the blue dot represents the simple interest, while the green diamond represent the compound interest. Now, with the principal of 10,000 and the interest rate of 3%, let us observe the behavior of the dot and the diamond as we increase the time from 0 to 25 years. All right. Okay. So makikita natin na from 0, if t is 0, the maturity value is 10,000. But as we increase the time from 0 to 23, mapapansin natin yung difference. Okay? At t is 23, for simple interest, the maturity value is 16,900. But for compound interest, the maturity value is 19,735.87. So nakikita natin na medyo mataas ang interest ng compound interest compared sa simple interest given the longer time. So habang lumalaki yung time, mas lumalaki din yung kanilang difference. So mas malaki ang difference ng compound interest. So ano implication nito sa atin? So dito magkakaroon tayo ng idea kung tayo ay maghihiram ng pera, mas pipiliin natin yung mas mababa yung interest. So mas gugustuhin natin itong simple interest. Pero kung tayo naman ang mag-i-invest, mas gusto natin yung mas malaki yung interest. So mas gusto natin itong compound interest. Okay, now for your performance task, suppose that your mother wants to start a sari-sari store business in your barangay. Two lenders offered her 20,000 pesos for her initial capital. Lender A charges 12% simple interest rate annually for using the said money for 2 years, while lender B charges 8% interest rate compounded quarterly for the use of the same amount of money for 3 years. Help your mother make a correct decision by computing the maturity value for each lender. Then take money from lender which charges less.